Hello, good evening, everyone. I'm Richa. I'm from India. Welcome to today's session on building the confidence through the science, mindsets, or value-based actions. We will explore the insights from two groundbreaking books. That is, one is the Confidence Code, and another is the Confidence Gap. To understand how confidence works, why it often includes us, and what we can do to build it intentionally. The core message of this presentation is the central idea is that the confidence isn't something you are born with. It's something you build through the consistency, actions, self-awareness, and the realization. These books approach this from the different angles. One rooted in the psychological feasibility, and another is the gender dynamics and the brain science. But they convey on the same truth: confidence is learnable. Like confidence is not a trait; it's a skill. You can develop it. It's come from the action, not for waiting. Women always often underestimate themselves, and men is overestimated. But neuroscience and psychology and values guiding the lasting how you take the confidence. Now we will give this. What is the confidence? Confidence just like a feeling that comes from the internally, and confidence just like a actions when trust in your ability to act despite the uncertainty. For example, many people wait until they feel ready before taking the actions. But research shows that acting first builds the confidence. Feeling the confidence is a result, not the prerequisite of doing the hard things. That's a game changer, especially for those who struggle to with their self doubts. Now we are going to be the what is the confidence gap? Like many believe they feel the confident before they acting, but in the reality, actions builds confidence, not another way. Like misconceptions that prevent between growth and the goal achievements. Like the confidence gap is preferred to disconnect between the performances and the perceptions. People, especially women, often downplay their abilities when even when they are objectively successful. This gap is keep them from stepping up, speaking out, and choosing their opportunities. They never when once the confidence gap is start increases, and it's increasing day by day, day by day, day by day. The thing is that now why people like the confidence? What's the reason? The reason first reason is excessive expectations, harsh self-judgments, preoccupations with the fears, overthinking, gender differences, self-perspectives. Out of a lot of our lack of confidence comes from the internal criticism. Those nagging thoughts that say you are not a good enough, someone else will do it better, or if what what if I fail? These thoughts are normal, but becoming the limits when we treat them as a fact rather than the mental events that increase your lack of confidence. These are the reasons and the situations where the people get the lack of confidence, especially when we are, as you can see the slide, there is a graph. In the graph, you will get the excessive expectations. When you take expectations more than a limit, it increase your barrier towards the confidence, like harsh self-judgment. And I already told you, preoccupations with your fears. These are the right reasons who create your barrier between your confidence. Now talk about the confidence cycles. Think of confidence like a muscles. It grows stronger with use. Every time you take actions, reflect, and try again, you enforce that muscles, right? The more cycles you complete, the more resilient and confident you become. For example, like practical skills, when you apply them in a real life, real situation, reflect without your judgments and modify approach based on your outcomes. Then again, the outcomes what you come, then you again apply that on your practical. These cycles going on in your whole life, and this is the confidence cycle, which increase your confidence in day to day life. And it started by you doing small steps, by taking your small steps. When we, for example, when we start taking our small decision in our life, for example, in day-to-day life, in women's life, uh, mostly women are asking to their partners what I need to wear, this one and this one. If they take their small small decisions together, it increase their confidence. It increase their life. It increase one step for their confidence. That's a confidence cycles. Now talk about the myth and the reality. Let's burst some myths. Confident is this is about the fearlessness. It's about the moving towards even when you are scared. Motivation is nice, but commitments and discipline are far more powerful. And while may assume women lack ambitious, the real issue is often to self-doubt and not desire. For example, when we are talking myth, confidence means no fear, but in reality, confidence is means to be managing fear effectively. How you manage your confidence. And another myth is you need to motivation to act. No, but reality is that commitment drives you more than your emotions. Myth is like eliminate the fear by succeeding. No, but embarrassment, discomfort to grow. And when we talk about the women lack of ambitions, no, women lack of belief in their ability to succeed. That's the reality. So slightly difference between the words, myth and reality, but almost they are similar. Let's talk about the neuroscience of the confidence. What's the logic behind the confidence? Um, did you know the confidence has their like biological basis, like hormones like dopamine, testosterone influence when we handle the risk and the reward. But the brain is also incredible adaptable. So even when you aren't weird for the confidence at birth, you can train yourself to become more confident over the time. For example, dopamine. Dopamine is play a role to the risk taking and the reward seeking things. And testosterone is increasing your assertiveness and competitiveness. And the brain plasticity is allow you growth through the practice and the mindset. Let's take example, simple example. You know, whenever you are tense, for example, you are losing your confidence, try to have some sweets, like especially the chocolate. When you have a chocolate, uh, in your mind, the dopamine which increases and it give you the energy. Why? That's the reason. Always doctors said you whenever you feel anxiety or something, you just have some sweet on chocolate. And similarly, by the children's, they take the example of the children's. Whenever the children's is upset, suddenly you gave the chocolate. Why they feel so excited? How they get the energy? The reason is the dopamine. The brain is released the dopamine chemical, and dopamine chemical is always give you the positive vibes. So behind the confidence, there is the dopamine, there is the testosterone, and the brain plasticity. Now, let's talk about the confidence have two sides. One is from the let's talk about from the confidence code and the from the confidence gap. While the confidence code is behavior focuses on the behavioral strategies like the speaking up, reframing the thoughts, but the confidence gap is offer the mindfulness based on your tool to manage your unhelpful thoughts and the emotions. Like combining the both gives you a powerful toolkit for the building the lasting the confidence. Like for example, from as I given you from the confidence code book, what I learned to build the through the actions and the resilience. And the women's underperform due to the self-doubt, not their lack of skill. They have a skill. Women is always have a skill, but they have a doubt that I can do or not. They need the authority from another person. The thing is that the book Confidence Gap me said me use the ACT techniques. ACT means accept, diffuse, and expand the take actions. This technique we need to use and stop waiting for the right feeling. Start right acting right now. Why we are need someone else? It's done by me. Decision is taken by me. When we did this decision and we like take the path, it increase your confidence. It otherwise it decrease your confidence and increase your confidence gap. There's a slightly difference between the gap and the code. Let's talk about the principle. How you managing your fears. Everyone is facing the same problem in their life, either professional, personal, or anywhere. Like someone is where someone is very like become a hard, brave on their professional life, but meanwhile, the same time in personal life, they have some fear. Let's talk about how you will like managing your fears. Books tell me there is an ACT principle for the managing the fear. Let's talk about the what is the ACT principle. ACT teaches that trying to eliminate your fear only makes it stronger. Instead, we should make space for it to acknowledge it and take the actions regarding less. The acronym is ABCD. Help us to remember this process. What is ABCD? ABCD means A for allow it, matlab accept your fear without resistance. B for befriend it, understand its role. C is channel it, use the fear as the energy of actions. D means do it away, move towards the despite of the discomfort. Means many times this happened to us. Whatever the fear we have, we just either we just moved it from there, or we ignore it, or we just try to be not to face it. No, when the day when you start facing the things, it increase your confidence, it manage your fears. Otherwise, day by day, the fear will increase your gap, confidence gap. So try to be like eliminate your fear. I'm not saying to eliminate your fear right now. Just take a small step. For example, someone have a fear of the darkness, like the darkness or thunderstorms. I'm not saying to go there and stand, but yes, try to be in less night, less light, but try to be reduce your fear, because if you start reducing your fear, if you start facing your problems, it increase your gap, it increase your confidence, not gap. Let's talk about the some practical tools for building your confidence. Like as I already told you, uh, small changes in behavior lead you the big gains in the confidence. For example, using the decisive language instead of the tentative phrases, like I recommended versus maybe this could work, signals of the confidence to others, and start to shift your own mindset too. For example, what I read from the confidence quote, speaking up in the meeting, even unsure. Let's try to speak. Reframe the negative thought with your self comparisons. Avoid your tentative languages like I think or maybe just. And from the confidence gap, what I read it, use your diffusion techniques to detach from the unhelpful thoughts. Weekly check in or assess the progresses and the balances. Life change lists to identify desire and behavioral changes. These are the important things we need to be apply in your daily life. Like if we need to say something, whatever the sentence you want to be say, they have two things, the negative and the positive. If you start the same thing saying in a positive way, it increase your confidence. Not only your confidence, it increase your personality also. So there is a something is there. So speak up. Don't think what people will think about you. Powerful, power of purposeful language is like word matter. But when you use uncertain language, we signal doubt. When we speak decisively, even if we are nervous, even we project the competencies and authorities, this small shift can have a ripple effect on how others see us and how we see ourselves. So instead of think this might work, say here what I recommended. What like and shift from tentative language to the dispersive languages communication, it's good. But like I already told you, when you give like I think I this might work, say what I recommended, it's give you a different example. Now I'll explain you more than good with the some case studies. Let's take the case study of Christine Langre. You know, Langre is the first woman who lead the IMF, is a powerful example how the confidence can emerge from the embarrassing your uniqueness. She didn't try to imitate the male leadership style. Instead of she learned into the made her different and spoke up with the authenticity, not perfectionist. Her quote reminds us that corrections matters more than the polished delivery. Confidence isn't about being the flawless. It's about the showing up. She is a first woman to lead the IMF, and she advocates own your own difference rather than the apologizing for it. And she quotes somewhere, "It's far better to say everything is perfectly. It's just to and just to connect." Somewhere in his interview, she said this, but she is do their own self. Whatever she earn, she never follow. But she is a best example for the women's. Now, next, take a next example. That's Virginia Guinea. Virginia Guinea is a sharpest story illustrator, the powerful of resilience. He have a like legal advisor, like he have a legal career. In her legal career, she failed publicly, but instead of giving up, she learned what really mattered and connecting with the jury, not delivering the perfect legal argument, but her journey shows how to set back and teach us to focus on what's effective rather than the what's perfect. It is a real world example to confidence growing from the experience and the self correction is. She learned that connecting with the jury matter more than the perfect deliveries. And by learning from her failure, now after a few years, she become a very good, very great legal career. You can go and check the history of the Virginia Guinea. There is a difference. There is a research that gender difference in communications. Women use more qualifying, like I think, maybe, just the uses by mover. But men, when speak, I know that I will definitely. Men speak with certainty, even without full knowledge. This affect the perceptions between and the career progressions. Some research shows that women tend to qualify their statements more than the men, even when they are equally knowledgeable. This linguistic pattern can determine how confident and the credible women appear, especially in the professional settings. On the other hand, men are more likely to speak with the certainty regardless of the expertise. Like, for example, recognize these patterns is the first step to shifting them. And the practicing more assertive language helps to change how others perceive us and how we are ourselves, how we are increase ourselves, how we are seeing ourselves. This increase your words is always impact your personality and show your personality. So before you use anything, just think about it. Say whatever you are saying. The next thing is failing fast and learning. Failing fast and learning means that this is the most powerful lesson from both books, is that the failure is not the enemy and it is a part of your process. And the faster you fail, faster you learn. The key is to reflect, adjust, and keep going. Like mistakes are always opportunity for growth, and learn quickly, move on, avoid the ruminations, build the resilience through the small and repeated challenges. And I'm sure everyone, nobody is in their life and nobody is there who will not fail in their life. Somewhere in their professional, their personal life, everyone is fail. And I don't want to ask, but yes, I want everyone write in the chat box. Is there anyone who is not fail in their life or not learn from their mistakes? Is there anyone? Because learning is the best part. Fail is not the negative parts. People are mostly saying I fail, I just lost this thing. No, nobody is lost, nobody is failed, and nothing is mistake. That's the opportunity which is waiting for you for the best, but you need to learn more. Another thing is value drive lasting confidence. Well, here what we are here define your personal goals and values. Align your actions with your core values for the long-term fulfillment. Success is just not about your outcomes, it's about your authenticity. Like, for example, living in alignment with your values creates a deeper sense of the purpose and the confidence. When your actions reflect what truly matters to you, setbacks feel less defining and the feel you more meaningful you. So that's why the value drive and lasting that increase your confidence. I'll give you the another example for this. For example, here is a parenting in the natures. What here? Let's kids take the risk and learn from the failure. I just put some pictures. The kid is like taking the ladder. First, she fell. Then again she start playing the game. That increasing their independency, problem solving, and avoid their overpraising focus on their efforts, not the outcome. Similarly, confidence doesn't start in the adulthood, it shapes in the childhood. One of the most powerful ways to nurture your confidence in kids is to let them take healthy risks. That means not excusing them from every failure or mistake, but instead of encouraging them to try to fall and learn. When we overpraise or protect them from discomfort, we unintentionally teach them to fear of the failure. So on the other hand, we praise efforts, persistence, and the problem solving, but we foster the resilience. Kids and the adult become a more confidence when they know it's okay to stumble as long as we keep moving forwards. That's so we kids and the adults are almost similar. So that's the parenting and the nurture. I think that's the best example for the increase your confidence and about the kids because everyone have the kids. Now we are talking about the daily habits. How our daily habits will increase your confidence. Like confidence building is doesn't happen the overnight. It happened through the consistent habit, like noticing and the challenging the negative thoughts, preparing mentally before important movements, or recognize your progress along the way. These are the things like keep journal or your track with the negative automatic thoughts, practice your power processes before the being like events, and celebrate your small like wins and the progresses because your small like achievements, if someone is not giving you the praises and all, just praise it yourself. That's make you the motivate you and that increase your confidence by your daily life. For example, in the professional life, many times it happened the project manager is not appraise you, not give you the praises for your work, especially when you do the hard work, you will not get that praises and like some comments. But no worries, you can give yourself because the things which is not your team is done, but you did. That means some skills you have. So just keep that positive points with you and neglect all the negative points. That's a professional life. Similarly, happen with our personal life, especially from the women's. What happened with the women's do the whole household works with their office work, but they will never get their praises. So if you never get your present, but yes, one day when you stop working your household work, the things will not work. Then everyone realizes that yes, this particular woman is very important for our life, and there's something is that. So appraise yourself because if you want to motivate yourself, you need to be celebrate your small wins. Now we are talking about the final takeaway. To summarize this, confidence is a skill, not a trait. It grows when you act, even when you are afraid. It deepens when you are align your life uh, with your values. Let go of the perfectionist. The most important, it thrives when you stop waiting and start doing. That's the reason. That's the thing about the confidence. Like confidence, is increases when you start. It's like a ladder. Take one step, take next step, take next. It increase your things. It can't be happen like from one step to 10 step. You can't go. You need to be go daily, regularly basis. For this, I have a one video for you guys. Please watch them.
Watch the video and then reflect on these points that Richa has given us. And if you'd like to see more, join the next meeting. Links are below. Thanks for watching.